Hello and welcome to PHP 2. This is a course overview, and so let's take a look at some of the requirements that you're going to have to do in the various milestones along the way throughout the semester. First of all, you should know that we're doing an e-commerce application, which is basically a store, a cart, and a checkout process. Let's look through some of the requirements in detail. So the first section that I've put here is what we call user stories. And so these describe who wants to do what and why. So for instance, milestone number 1 is a login process. And the reason why we have a login process is because as a shopper, I need to log into the application so that I can add items to the cart and make purchases at checkout. The second user story is a little bit of a difference that we need to keep track of users based on their role. So the administrator has to log in, and he can do things like manage users and products, and then also get business reports, so sales reports and inventories. The third one is a shopper. Shoppers are going to have to see a list of products, and so that they can make a selection for purchase. Number 4 says shoppers will also have a cart where they can see what they've added, and then they can proceed to the checkout. Milestone 5 is about the checkout process, and so we will see if there is a way to proceed to get a credit card and then create an order. A shopper should be able to see a simple report that shows all the orders that have been made for that history of that person. Administrators are going to have a little bit more advanced reporting. They can see orders by all customers. Of course, administrators should have the ability to update things so they can add and delete products and change their details. Administrators should also be able to go in and modify the customers and change their name, their passwords, and things like that. I stopped working here and crossed this one out, but you can see that if you were to create an app for checkout, you would also probably have something in the back end for your warehouse people. Fulfillment people want to know what they have to put in the box, and so your application should probably have more than one type of interface. But as far as the scope goes, you can see I've crossed this one out. This is a little bit beyond, but maybe when you do your senior capstone project, you can include that. So here in milestone number 1, our goal will be to create a login screen and register new users in the database. Milestone number 2, we're going to create a list of products. We can put them in a grid of some sort, and then you can see a little thumbnail of each item. Milestone number 3 is all about administration, so we can modify different products, we can modify users. Milestone number 4 has 2 parts. One is the product search module. We might just do that as part of number 2. So if we're already displaying products, we might just say let's add the product search to go with it. However, the main part of milestone 4 is the shopping cart part 1. And so the initial shopping cart experience is the ability for a person to click the add to cart button. And there's no checkout yet, but at least we have a cart to show what the person wants to buy. Milestone number 5 is about the checkout process, and so we can do the ability to place items in a shopping cart, and the key part is checkout and check to see if it's paid for. Milestone number 5, it also says the ability to modify the product prices and details, and I think I'm going to move this part to include in part number 3, which is all about administration. So if we're doing administration screens for users, we might also do it for products because they're so similar. The last part, number 6, is milestone number 6, which is about a reporting system. So all we want to see are product sales reports. So give me a list of all the products and how many we've sold and when and to whom. And then also we're going to convert that into a REST service so that we can use it maybe in a JavaScript client. And that's pretty much the scope of our app. The last one here is to create a final presentation and polish it up with all of the CSS, fix any dead ends or parts that we haven't implemented yet. It's your chance to expand if you're done early to create a great portfolio. Now the nice thing about creating a project like this that takes a whole semester is that it's a perfect interview opportunity. It should go in your portfolio. It should go part of your resume, your electronic view of who you are and what you know how to do. There's a lot of design in this application, and when you're done, you should be proud of what you've created.